What's going on, comic friends, and welcome back to the Hood Rap Podcast. I'm Hood. This is my boy Space, and welcome back to the code. Bro, what's going on, man? Bro.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
Again,
variants, bro.
Coming back, dude. Get these guys out of here.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Hood Rap Podcast and the Co-Comic Show. I'm Hood. This is my boy Space.
What's up?
And today we're doing it live here at
LA
Comic-Con in the middle of Hollywood. Welcome everybody to Los Angeles, California.
LA.
And one of the the fun Comic-Cons that are non-stressful.
Yeah.
Super fun. A lot of
easy
star power.
Yeah, easy con.
But a lot of star power for autographs and
there's a ton of people here.
Ton of
today.
people, man.
Yeah.
But as you know it here on the Co-Comic Show, we look at the comics that went from top to not. And maybe some books you may have forgot about in your comic book freezer.
Yeah, hanging in the back.
Yeah, but we work with GoCollect in their top 100,
yep.
And we're here to help you find deals in a market that's full of deals, right?
Yeah, it's full of the deals right now, and they're all inside.
But how you like it, man? How you like LA Comic-Con,
it's
bro?
Fun. It's fun.
Because you got here before me.
Yeah, I got here a little while ago, and it's mellow, and everyone's having a good time, and there's no stress. I like it.
Yeah, no stress here at all.
Yeah.
But bro, I don't have my sunglasses on me.
I forgot my glasses.
But even without the sunglasses, how do we keep it, bro?
We just keep it cool, baby.
Dang, man, the variants just take over all the time, bro.
Show up when they feel like it. Like, what are they doing?
Who controls this show? Do we control this show, or the variants at cons, man? I have no idea.
To be honest, I don't know anymore.
I don't know, man. It's just sorry, guys, but we're back. Yeah. We're back here at the Hood Rap Podcast studio, man. Shooting this for you guys, and we got all the information. Don't pay attention to those other guys at LA Comic-Con.
Forget them.
They don't know what's going on, bro. They don't got the scoop.
Yeah.
But the book we have up right now is Amazing Spider-Man number 316, man. Classic cover, man. Classic cover from Todd McFarlane. This was published in June 10th of 1989. It's at number 33 right now, spot number 33 in the top 100 of GoCollect. It's down 8 spots from number 25. And I think this one kind of lingers in the top 50 all the time because it's always a classic cover that everybody wants.
Yeah, people are always looking for this one. Always.
I love this, man. Anytime I see it, man, I always try to check the price to see if it's an okay buy. And, if it is, man, I'm always buying it because it is a pretty good investment because you'll get some good ROI on it for sure.
Oh, big time.
Especially that newsstand, man. The newsstand goes for some it used to go for some money. I don't know, bro.
I don't know about now, but yeah, for sure. It used to. The price was up there.
I always say, man, we're trying to help you find deals in a world full of deals right now of comics, man.
Yeah.
But this is the third full appearance of Venom. Man, again, who knows? I don't make the rules. I just just say what everybody agrees on. I know there's 2 cameos in the third this is the third full appearance. So it is what it is. Whatever you guys want to, if you guys whatever you guys, guys on the grass, like I say, want to decide, I'm down with it. This is the first full cover of Venom. In number, I think 315, his head appears, So
it's just like a little,
see it right here.
Yeah, that little head right there.
A little head right there. So this is his first full appearance. I would say they just have an appearance, bro. He just shows up. His face is on the cover of 315. So I don't know, man. So to me, this is his second cover appearance. But, I'll leave that to y'all, man. Yeah. This is written by the great David Michelini. He's also the creator of Venom. And then we got the cover art by Todd McFarlane. And if you ever read this issue, it's a pretty brutal issue. I mean, I read this when I was a kid, and watching Venom beast slap Black Cat was pretty intense. I was
dude.
Mom? What's going on with this?
A little rough. Well, the first thing for me when I saw this issue, I was like, dude, why has he got blood all over his hand? What's going on? Did he just murk Spidey? Did he just stick his claws? I was like, what's happening? Yeah, I was excited. I was like, it's cool.
I think Todd McFarlane had a lot of fun on this one, man. I I think it was up his alley, you know, because we know like he loves Spawn. We know what Spawn looks like, and it's just weird, like kind of like universe, and you know, a lot of like interesting adult things happen in Spawn. So
Very
I think
true.
this is you know, like this is the real Todd McFarlane, things he likes to enjoys to do, and he got to do it in this book, and it became a classic. So you know, there you go. And there, like I said, there's a lot of blood and guts in this issue. And the cover price for this one was $1. It was $1, just $1.
Man.
But let's go check out what's going on in GoCollect and Census, and then we'll check out what's going on eBay as well. All right, friends, here we go with Amazing Spider-Man number 316, the first full cover appearance of Venom, as you guys want to say. There are 9,336 of these on the universally graded on the Census. 1,788 are signed, are yellow labeled. I think one of them are mine by Todd McFarlane. Restored, there are 14 of that dirty purple label, and qualified 23. There is one gem mint on the Census. It's never been sold. They're just keeping it in their vault somewhere. 9.9. There are 10 of these on the 9.9, and look at that, bro.
That's surprising.
$5,000 in 2019.
Jeez, you know? Dude. Yep.
I wonder if they would have saved that like during the comic boom. That would have probably been doubled, right? Like that would have been a 10K, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. I think because you know how hyped people were, especially for like Spider-Man and Venom during that time period. Yeah, they could have.
I mean, this book was super hot, bro. This book, like back in the 2021, and you know, like this book was a big book. Everybody wanted this book. And I know why. It's just a beautiful cover. It's a awesome cover. The colors are awesome, and you know, you see, you know, everybody that hates Spider-Man, you know, loves it. You know, so you know, he's getting beat down by Venom. So and I forgot to like mention, like this book has been homaged like a million times, and I think
tons of times too.
I think Todd McFarlane did half of the a million times homages on this book.
Probably.
You know, like,
I think you're right. Yeah,
he's homaged his own work on this book. This covers so many times. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The 9.6s. There are 2,277 of these on the Census. It says the FFB is $230. The 1 year is $250. The 30-day is $205. I didn't read the 9.8s, but the 9.8s are at $625. That's a pretty drastic drop from back in the day. I mean, like, you know, a couple years ago.
It was over 1K for sure. Before I remember seeing 9.8s over 1K.
Yeah, this book was like one of the big books back then. The 1 year average is 615. 90-day moving average is 561. The 30-day moving average is 600. And I think we could see between the 9.8s and the 9.6s, this is a pretty steady Nelly, man. Like it's you know, I mean, it's hit its bottom, and it's kind of like staying there. You know, it's staying. You know, it's holding the line. It's holding the line of either of not dropping. It's just like people are just like, you know, this is my last stand, and I'm gonna keep it at 625, you know, or 230. 9.4s, the FMB is 150, and look at that, the 30-day moving average. It's actually selling for more, 190.
People are getting.
So this book could be book could be like one of the you know, the better books of 2022 that kind of stuck around, you know. So.
It has a little bit of staying power. I think people, just like you said, you know, it's that classic cover that everyone wants. Everyone loves McFarlane cover art, and they're always looking for this book, just like we kind of are. If we see it for a good price, we're going to get it because, you know, you got, like you said, that ROI on it. So yeah, it keeps cruising along.
Yeah, and I keep a lookout for that newsstand, because that newsstand is the one you want to get. That one is always double than the direct. So keep an eye for that one. And let's go check out what's going on eBay. All right, I forgot to say happy holidays, guys. It's Christmas time, and you know, we got the you know, it's a great time for Comics because you know, we got the Christmas background you see right there in between the, you know, Merry Christmas.
It's cold outside. It's time for cold comics. There you go.
Yeah, get your hot chocolate and make sure your comics are bagged and board, so if you spill it, it doesn't ruin your comics. You know,
good thinking.
So on over here on eBay on December 4th. We had a Mark Jewelers, man, 9.0.
Oh, wow.
For 887. So that's a little bit higher than FMB because for that you know, because it is a Mark Jeweler, and those ones are hard to get, man. If you know, it's hard to get. You know, I probably had a Mark Jeweler back, you know, when, you know, in my lifetime. I just didn't know it.
Yeah.
I mean, it because it's kind of stiff, like the book is a little bit stiff, but I just never check. And sometimes I find them in my collection. I'm like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't sell that one, so. And then we had 9.4 that was signed by Brian Bendis and Bagley for 152. That's a pretty interesting pick, huh? To get Brian Bendis to sign this one.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand Bagley, but not Bendis as much. But I mean, a lot of the creators will, if they worked on Spider-Man at one point in time, they will sign a Spider-Man book. So I guess
Bagley though, right? Bagley didn't have nothing to do with this issue. Like,
that's kind of, Bagley makes more sense than Bendis, but whatever. If those, maybe that was this guy's favorite, Spider-Man artists and writers. So I don't know. I
think it's interesting. I mean, whoever got a good deal on it. 152.
For sure. I think that's like FMV for a universal copy. So I mean, you got 2 signatures on it for that price. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good deal. So here we go. That 9.6 newsstand on December 3rd for $370. On December 3rd, a 9.6. Well, this is not a yellow label. It just says Tom McFarlane, but a 9.6 sold for $199.50, which is a good deal as well.
Yeah.
And then we have check out these raws. The raws are kind of staying up there. I mean, I remember the raws used to be up there like at 150, for a good condition one, or 300 for the newsstand. But I mean, they're staying at a decent price, and it kind of went back down to what the prices were, pre-pandemic.
Before.
December 2nd, one sold for $77, a direct edition. These are all directs. And then let me see here. On December 2nd, another one sold for $69. December 1st, another one sold for $58. And on December 1st, another one sold for $75. So pretty good time to pick this book up, It's pretty decent deals, So if you see it in those long boxes, under those prices, grab it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, friends. Next book up on the list is one that's gone just like the last one. Has gone up and down quite a bit. Another Spider-Man book. So Spider-Man heavy list this week. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 365 with this awesome 90s hologram cover that came out on all the Spider-Man books.
I love it, man.
I love this book. This book holds a special place in my heart. All the 90s Spider-Man stuff does, because that was when I was really collecting Spider-Man pretty heavy, and I had a lot of them, and then I lost all my comics, but I got it back, so I'm okay with that. That's fine with me. But every Spider-Man title had a hologram on the cover: Web, Spectacular, regular Spider-Man, the McFarlane run of Spider-Man, and they were all different colors, and they were all a different pose on Spidey, and they're all cool. But this one is notable because it's the first appearance of everyone's new kind of sort of favorite Spider-Man since the second animated movie came out, Spider-Man 2099. This book is sitting at number 51, down 33 spots from number 18. So, it makes sense why this has kind of gotten cold, because everyone was way into Spider-Man 2099 when the movie came out, and they were all, and a little bit beforehand, so they were really hunting that first appearance of him, which is this book, and now it's kind of cooled off a bit. So, you're able to get a little bit better deal, but that's a pretty significant drop for this book. This book usually is right around, the $20 mark raw. It has been for a long time, but it spiked heavy before that movie came out. So, that's kind of why we're seeing a little bit of frost growing around the edge of this book. But let's check out what the census is doing and what GoCollect says about this book. All right. So as you can see right there, key first appearance Spider-Man 2099, and then basically every single artist ever who's drawn was featured on this book in some way, shape, or form. Because they did a lot of like panels that were throwbacks and stuff like that. So they list everyone, but a
lot of people, bro.
A lot of people, a lot of heavy hitters contributed to this book in some way, shape, or form, whether it's older panels or whatever. You got awesome names on there. This came out August of 1992. Cover price was $3.95. You got a premium for this book because it's a a really thick book. It's like almost like a double-sized issue. There's a lot of stuff. There was a poster for Spider-Man 2099 with the preview and stuff like that. So that way you know that's why the book was so thick, and that's why the book cost so much when it came out.
You got to make sure those posters are in there though too, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Don't always check if you see this book and you're gonna get it. Like check to make sure that poster's in there, because a lot of people ripped them out like me and put them on their wall because they loved Spider-Man 2099. So yeah, if you're gonna buy it, just make sure the poster's in there. But yeah, so universal copies of this. We got about 8,500 universal copies. Just under, what is that? 832 for the signature, and 10 of them got the label of death. So 9.8s on the census, by far the biggest amount with 2,489. Yeah, it's just an obscene amount of 9.8s. But I mean, this was a very heavily printed book. But if you look at the sales right next to it, you can see this book has been moving. So a lot of people were real hyped on this book with 1,223 sales. So it's changed hands a lot. The FMV's 180, the 1 year's 189, so it's slightly down from the 1 year, and the 30 days 150, so it's slightly up from there. So this book kind of cruises right around that mark, and it has for a little while now. 9.6s, always a little bit more 9.6s than 9.8s generally. 2,747 on the census. The FMV for a 9.6 is only $80, so that's a really, really good cheap entry point if you're looking for a slabbed copy of this book, because a lot of people get this book slabbed and they don't really have anyone press it beforehand, because it's such a thick book. They don't see all the things that go into it. So you probably have a good chance of getting a 9.6 that somebody could do some work on and maybe turning that into a 9.8 if this is the book that you really want to at least get for yourself.
It's a hard book to get depressed though, too, man.
It is a hard book.
I haven't even tried, bro. I haven't. It's gonna take a minute to figure it out.
Any of those gimmick covers like this and Venom Lethal Protector #1, that all foil cover, you got to really know what you're doing, or take your book to somebody who really knows what they're doing, because it's easy to mess those things up, especially with the foil and the holograms and stuff like that. You put the wrong heat setting, you can mess it up. There's all kinds of tricks and stuff that they do that I know nothing about. But just do your research, find a good presser if that's the route you're going to go for this one. FMV, like I said, is only $80. 1 year 77, so right around there, and your 30 days $80 as well. So this book is kind of cruising too, right at that price point. 9.4.
I think we kind of hit I mean, we've been doing this show. This is our 12th show, and we're kind of seeing things leveling off now, right? I mean,
oh, definitely. Even just like you said, just from a couple months ago, things have really drastically dropped, kind of across the board. I got news from the variants that my variant told me, he's like, hey, prices are cheap at LA Comic-Con, which you don't really suspect them to be, but one of my variants buddies was there, and he got a book that's normally about $200 for $110. So he got like a $90 off the asking price. I'm like, that's pretty phenomenal at a show. Usually sellers won't go that. So that's pretty good.
Bro, these con variants, bro. Our con variants are crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude. They're just running around everywhere, man. This is crazy. 9.4s though, 1488 on the census. FMV $65. 1 year's 57. 30 days 55. So everything is pretty it's come down, like Hood's saying, and it's pretty much staying kind of where it's at least for the time being, without any other news about this kind of stuff coming out. Now, I expect this book to spike way back up again next year when the second part of the Spider-Verse movie comes out. So now is the time to get this book. You can see in just a minute. We'll look at eBay and you'll be able to find this book for a really good price point raw. On the Electronic Bay, we got on the 4th, 9.2 sold for $50 free shipping. That's pretty awesome. On the 3rd, a 9.8 sold for $159 with $10 shipping. That's kind of right where it's at, like we're talking about. On the 3rd, another 9.8 sold for $150 with $15 shipping, so right around there as well. And then a 9.2 sold for $35 with just under $15 shipping. So somebody came up on that. That's a great deal. Over on the raw side, look, you can see it right there.
Yeah.
$5 with, it costs more to ship the book than it did to buy it.
Yep.
So, and it's all it's kind of like that most of the time, universally, when you see it. The next one down on the list there, $6 with $8 shipping, same thing, more to ship it. On the 3rd, again, one sold for $30. Somebody must have been FOMOing big time, because if they would have waited around, they could have got it under $10. Yeah. And then this one has a Stan Lee signature on it on the cover.
Yep, I can see it too. Can you see it in the corner?
Yeah, yep, I see it. I see it in the corner, and it's a kind of a little bit of a scribbly one, but still, that one's going to obviously command way more of a premium.
Man, Stan Lee is his signature is starting to command
yeah, dude,
pretty. I mean, look at compared to like the other raws, it's
yeah, 100 easy, $120, $130 more just for signature.
Wow.
So, and that sold for $152 with just under $10 shipping. So I mean, take that for what it is. If you really wanted this book signed by Stan Lee, I guess that's a fantastic deal. And if you didn't, you can just go the regular raw route and get one for under $10 most of the time.
All right, friends, man, we're always looking to give you guys some free stuff. But to get free stuff, you got to leave comments. You got to leave the comment down below. So, I'm working with the guys from Comic Capsule. Check these out. The Comic Capsule. And these are awesome. These are, really cool. I took one with me to LA Comic Con because I wanted to get some books signed. And I actually put my raw book in one of these. And these things are, look, unbreakable. Unless you really want to break it, you're gonna break it.
Yeah, you gotta hit it. But
if you want to Bo Jackson it down, break it. But but if you have it in your backpack, this thing is like pretty awesome.
Solid.
And,
solid.
And check this out, it's super easy to put your books in. So I put my Swamp Thing 37 First John Constantine up in here. Nice. It's super easy. You just kind of push on the front, bam, and it snaps. And then look, you put your book in and you take your book out. Has a little space there to put your finger in. And we're gonna give a free one away. We're gonna give a free one away for New Year's. We're gonna do like our last giveaway for that our boy Comics and Culture won out there in Brooklyn, New York. All you do is leave an answer to this question and just put #CoComics. That's it, right? I mean,
easy,
man.
Easy, easy.
And the guys from Comic Capsules are gonna send you one. But if you guys want to check it out, just go to comiccapsule.com. I'm gonna put it in the description, and it's I'm telling you, it's a pretty useful tool. Really awesome tool. It's like you want to take books just to get signed, or if you pressed it and you get it signed over a con.
Yeah, you don't want to get it messed up. Yeah.
It's
like the way I see it is it's kind of like a slab that you can take your book out of and put it in. It's like accessible slab. It's really cool.
Yeah, and if you want to be like like Paul, back-to-back comics and Morbius, and you don't want to slab your books, but you want to protect them, then it is cool.
Yeah, and display it too. It displays well too. It's all clear. It's nice. You can see it.
Oh yeah, it displays awesome. I'm gonna actually put one of my books back there in one of them. So because I just have it in a bag and board. But the question is, what is the favorite comic book that you don't have? What is your favorite comic book that you don't have? We asked this last week. We didn't get any answers, but we really want to know. I really want to know. I want to know what the favorite comic book that you don't have. Leave in the comments and #CoComics and you're in. All right, friends. So the next book we have is Wolverine #8, and it's an iconic cover by the great John Buscema. Man, look at this cover. I mean, this is a classic cover of our favorite, our tux, our favorite characters dressed in tuxes, man. Like that's why I think this is so awesome. Like, when are you ever gonna see Wolverine in a tux?
Dude. And when do you see Hulk when do you see Hulk in a tux, dude? Like that guy's just wearing nothing but shorts all the time.
And you got Joe Fixit in here, and you got Patch. I mean, they both have different names. Like we got
exactly
in this Wolverine, like the Chris Claremont one, he's Patch, and Now you got Joe Fixit. But let me tell you a little bit about Joe Fixit, man. Joe Fixit is one of my favorite Hulk, alter egos of Bruce Banner. So instead of always raging like the regular Hulk, this Hulk is like a street smart, cunning, gray-skinned shark / enforcer, right? He's up and around Las Vegas, hanging out in the criminal world, doing jobs for them, drinking champagne and getting all the ladies, man. Like there's one cover, if you guys didn't see it, like if him and he has all that jewelry, he has some chicks, and he has like he's drinking champagne, man. The difference about Joe is that he embraces like the gray, and I like this, man. It's like the symbolism, like he embraces the gray. So instead of being like the light, like the hero, or the dark, being the villain, he's like in between. He's like a anti-hero of the Hulk. But what I like most about Joe is that he doesn't just crush it, man. Joe likes to have a good time, and he has a good sense of humor. And he's just super smart and cunning. He's like he's a G. This is like the Hulk G.
Exactly.
And I think in this book, and Joe and Wolverine's patch, in this series, they have a decent relationship, man. They have, it's still a rivalry, but they have a good relationship, and they're a good mix, and it's, sort of comedic. It's like a good mix, man. Wolverine's always straightforward. He has no sense of humor, bro.
No.
He just he's straightforward. Well, Joe, he likes to work the game, oh, geez, man, Joe likes to work the game. But this, like I said, this was written by the great Chris Claremont, covered by John Buscema. And if you flip it to the back, we have a back cover done by Rob Liefeld, and you're not going to see any feet there either, man. So
no feet, but good one. Yep. No, I love the back cover of this book just as much of the front when I was a kid. I love that they put illustration on the back, and it wasn't just an ad. And I always really appreciated when they did stuff like that. I felt like it was like a little bonus for the fans.
Yeah, they should. They're probably losing money because they don't have no ads back there. But it's cool for us.
Yeah, exactly.
And so this one's currently at number 77. It's down 40 spots from 37, man. So but it's still a great cover. And I have one. You have one?
I still have one. I had about 4 of these, and I got rid of a few of them. But I kept one. I kept my favorite. I kept my OG copy, and my OG copy is like tore up because I didn't care. I was like, "This is mine. I'm going to keep it."
And this one was published on May 31st, 1989. And cover price for this one was $1.50. But so let's go see what the price is right now over on CGC, and let's see what GoCollect got. All right, guys. So you can see, man, there's a lot of great artists on this. We got Glynis Oliver, John Buscema, Rob Liefeld, Ken Bruzenek. The script writer was Chris Claremont. Universal copies, we have 3,975 of these. Signatures, there's 371 of those, and I think about 300 of those are Chris Claremont's autograph.
Probably.
Chris is always signing, man. So he's not a hard guy to catch. Restores, we have 2. The Death Label qualifies. We have 7. 9.9s, we have 1, and the 9. Look at that. Back in 2017, and the 9.9 sold for $400.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I mean, that's a pretty good deal, man. There's a lot of appreciation there. If you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
9.8s. There's 1,121 on the census of these. FMV is 325. The 1 year is 339, so it's a little bit up. But look at the 30-day average is 292. So this book is moving down. So 9.6s. We have 1,079 of these on the census. The FMV is $130. That 1 year is up at 153, but then the 30-day moving average is at 122. So it's kind of staying steady,
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of cool. Like we're looking at the flat line, where books are holding their value right now.
Yep.
I think we've hit the bottom. This may have been the bottom, right? This is the first time.
Let's hope. I hope so, especially, because so many books got so overpriced so fast. So if we can get to the point where we're close to the bottom, maybe some of these books will go a little bit lower, but I don't see them going much lower. So if we're right around that point, it's great because then it's only going to just stimulate more people to buy, more people to get into it because they have easier price points for access of books that they really want, right?
But I want to stimulate the old men on the lawn that leave comments on the video right now.
Yeah,
you know, like let's stimulate them, bro. Like, you know, we look at the prices. This is our 12th straight week of doing this show, and we've been watching the prices. We do this show all the time, and we look exactly at like the grades and the prices where they're at on the 30-day, 90-day, 1 year. And say what you guys want to say, you old guys, but like I think we've hit the bottom, bro. You know, like I think we definitely hit the bottom because we're not seeing like that big, like, you know, like 325 FMV on the 9.8, and then we'd see like $150 on the 30-day, right? Like we're kind of seeing like a pretty stable comic book market right now. I mean, it's not what it used to be, but it's stabilizing, right? So
it's righting itself, right? It was going ass end over tea kettle, and now it's kind of going, and now it's kind of flipping back to where it can, level back out a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, I think this might, if you're waiting for the bottom, I mean, I'm gonna agree with myself, because if you're waiting for the bottom, which I have been, this is the time to buy, because this is where the prices are going to be, and like once it hits that that line of support, like if you've invested, there's nothing but up from there, I think we've hit the line of support for most comics. But let's check out what's going on over here on eBay. All right, friends and foes. I mean, I think we got a lot of foes from the last slide. On December 3rd, we see a 9.6 signed by Rob Liefeld. Man, he probably signed on the back, right?
Yeah, I would sign it on the back. I mean, I don't see his signature on the cover, but if I was him, I'd sign it on the back where I did the art, right?
Yeah, he signed it on the back because we don't see no signature on the front. But that's pretty. I like that. That's cool.
It is cool.
157 for that one on December 3rd, and on we got a 9.8 sold on December 3rd for 305, which is pretty good. Yeah, 325 was the what is it, 325? 225 with FMV. So we're seeing like that's kind of proving our point, from guys that actually, like look at the prices every week, like us. We're seeing a stabilizing. We're seeing like a line of support here for the comic book buying and selling community. Yeah. On December 3rd, looks like another one went for 325. 350, maybe 300 to 325, and then a 9.6 went for 112. On December 2nd. Here we go with the Raws, $65 from Canada. They're saying this one was a 9.2. December 2nd, $47 for a 4.5. A 4.5 one. That's I don't know if I'd pay that much, bro.
I don't know. I wouldn't, but that's to each their own.
Yeah, then a 7.0/7.5 went for $50 on December 2nd, and November 29th, one went for $40. $40, bro. So yeah, man, like I'm kind of happy because we finally hit. Looks like we've, with like most of the books on our list, we've kind of hit that line of support that hopefully we get a bounce from.
Definitely happy, especially with books like this that are always like in demand. People are always looking for this issue when they're besides number one. This is like the next one that they go to, right? So it's just good that it's getting to the point now where the comics can become affordable again, and we'll start to see maybe a little bit of upswing in the months to come, especially leading up to the Deadpool movie.
Yep. Next up, we have another classic book, man. I'm just talking about the classic books today.
All classics, baby.
Fantastic Four number 52, a book I do not have. I have 53, but I don't have 52. So if you guys have like, a reader copy anywhere in your cellar or, your short box,
or you're feeling generous, just send it Hood's way.
Yeah, send it my way, man. This one is right now at spot number 82 on the GoCollect 100. It dropped 41 spots and from 41. This is the first appearance of T'Challa, man. T'Challa, the Black Panther, one of my favorite characters of all time. It just, I won't even lie. Like I love Black Panther as a kid, but he really got my heart when Chadwick Boseman played him. Like it was.
Dude.
It's the best ever. It was like,
yeah,
just it even made me cry when he kind of when Thanos snapped his fingers and he disappeared. I was like, what? You can't do that. That's racist. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, no,
but,
he just showed up.
I know, man. That's like, dude, you can't do that to Black Panther. But then they got then they got Peter Parker. So I was like, okay. It's like, no, this is
got them all.
Stuff. Got them all, man. You got a lot of favorite ones.
Yeah, dude.
So they didn't save anybody that we love. No, I mean, like everybody loved Captain America, but the guys that had our heart, bro. Like it was sad. It was sad, but made it a spectacular movie though. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It only helped.
The artist on this is the great Jack Kirby with Sam Rosen. And it was written by Stan Lee. This was published on July 1st, 1966 for 12 cents, making it some Silver Age goodness. But let's go see what this book is doing over here on GoCollect and CGC. All right, so we have 6,384 of these on the Universal Census. Signatures are 507. The label of death, there's 339, and there's 135 qualified. 9.8s, man, there's 6, and it's sold 6 times, but nothing is sold in the last year. $51,700 was the last sale on December 28th, 2017. It's probably back at that price now.
Probably that grade.
Maybe go at 60K. I don't know. Maybe like you appreciate it a little bit.
Maybe
9.6s. There's only 16 on the census. There's 12 sales. FMB is 30K, and only one sold this year for 30K, so it's staying up there. But let's move down, man, for us plebes, okay? I like to take care of us plebes. 8.5. There's 203 on the census. The FMB on that is $3,600, and it's staying steady. 30 1 year average 3,653. The 30-day is 3,300. 8.0s. Let's see what this is moving at. FMB is at 3,000. 30-day moving average is at 2,690. So I would say it's staying fairly. I mean, maybe 2,500 for that one. So 7.5 FMB is $2,000. And staying at $2,000 on a 30-day, about 1940. You see at 6.5, 10.50 is an FMV, and then 30-day is 9.10. So maybe that's where you can actually find the deals right there, the 6.5 and 6.0s.
Yeah. I think that's the sweet spot for this book. A book this old and still commands that much money and is such like an iconic character. I think 6.0 to 7.0 is like where you want to start looking if you really want to own a decent copy of this book. Respectable.
I would say back like in 2021, 20, people were buying these the lower grades, right? Because
absolutely
you couldn't afford the higher grades.
Yep.
Now maybe people are buying the higher grades because they're affordable and leaving the lower grades alone. So maybe buying lower grades is actually like the thing now. That's where you can actually get like a pretty good deal, right?
I think you can definitely get a good deal on some of the lower grade ones right now. That those lower grades before were astronomical even, and then the higher grades ones were like, no, dude, I'm not selling my house to buy this comic book. So now you're to the point where it's kind of reversed a little bit, like Hood's saying. Those ones that are so expensive now, only the people with a lot of money or the people who've been selling off parts of their collections to get the big keys they want to, they're getting those. Now they're leaving the crumbs for us. We can come behind and get some of the cool books that we've always wanted.
They're probably selling their their lower grades to buy those bigger keys. So
yeah. And
it's a buyer's market, so you can make those deals too. So
definitely.
All right, so for the electronic bay, as Space likes to call it, on November 27th, a 5.0 sold for about less than $700. November 26th, a 3.5 sold for $417. So look at these, man. These are pretty good deals.
Yeah,
not bad.
Not bad at all.
3.0, look at that. 3.0 sold for $300. Man, I might be able to get this book, bro.
Dude, I think I think you totally can. At least maybe 5.0 and below, you could probably definitely get it.
Because I remember like a 3.0 was going for like $600-700 back.
Oh
years ago. So I might actually be able to. You might see this on the back of my wall like pretty soon.
There you go.
Like November 26th. I mean, because I don't care, man. I just want the book, you know, like
exactly.
Well, I mean, I don't need to have a high grade. I just love the book. And
Yeah.
8.0 sold for $2,848 from Canada on November 26th. And let's check out these the raws. You know, like all of these classic books, these are hard to find in raws, you know, like usually on eBay, because everybody's going to slab them and want to double up on their, you know, on their investments. But I found a few. A 3.0 sold for $350. So look at that, man. A 3.0 right there on the slab one sold for $300.
$300, you know? even better, dude. Like,
you know, like grade. Like just looking at the contrast, you know, like and then one sold for you know, it doesn't say what it, you know, grade is, but for $449. On December 1st, another one sold for $315 from the UK, and these are cool. These are pence. I looked at these. These are actual pences. Like it says, you know, 10D.
It is the pence copy of it. Cool.
But look at what someone got, bro, in a pence on December 1st. I mean, dude.
Wow.
Whatever grade it is, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Someone scored, bro. Like, I don't know what. I don't know how. Maybe the periods messed them up or something, you know.
Maybe.
Because look at that, dude. Like, I love pences, you know, like it's usually, I mean, I always think like it was bought by some soldier out there, you know, like American soldier, you know, because sometimes you get the MP on the front, you know, like the MP like stamp or something, you know, they can bring it back into base. I love old books with stamps. I just love it because it's just a piece of history, bro.
Yeah, it's cool. You never see it like that. It makes it unique. You know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I messed it up, No, dude, that's nobody else has that history, book that looks like yours. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm the same. I feel the same way.
History. It's like some, you know, like it's I don't know. I think it's like a time capsule, man. It's like you stamped it and it's a time capsule. And I especially love ones that are like from military bases with that MP stamp. I always love it. I got a few of those. Anytime I see those MP stamps, I bring them down. I go, man, that stamp's gonna hurt it, bro. Like, why don't you sell it to me for like, you know, 10% less? You know, like because I wanted it because I just love it.
No, you want it, yeah. It's good. Yeah, it never hurts to wheel and deal, right? There's nothing wrong. The worst they're gonna say is no, so cool.
But whoever bought that on December 1st for $63, amazing.
Yeah, good for you. Good on you.
For you, man. That's amazing, and congratulations. I mean, you spent $100 on it, but for that book, it's amazing. Like,
but still, for a VG copy, assuming that's what it kind of is, that's a fantastic price. Nonetheless, doesn't matter what it is.
And you could put it in one of these comic capsules, bro. You know, like you don't have to have it all. You know, like just put in a comic capsule, right?
And it'll look great on the wall, just the same.
Just the same.
All right, ladies and germs. The last book we have on the list today is ASM number 101, the first appearance of Morbius. Everyone's you know, most hated quote unquote MCU movie. I personally didn't think it was nearly as bad as what everyone said, but
I liked it, bro. I thought it was decent.
I mean, I thought it was okay. Yeah, it was
fun. I had fun.
Yep.
That's all I want is fun.
Yep, exactly. It was a fun movie. You know, were there some hokey things? Sure, but I mean, every movie kind of has something hokey in it. If you really like analyze it and break it down, it wasn't that bad. But anyways, this is ASM number 101, the first appearance of a monster called Morbius. You know, not the man bat, the bat, and not the Batman, the man who is part bat. We'll call him that. But yeah, this book is sitting at number 95. It dropped 26 spots from number 69. And this is just another classic Spider-Man book, classic villain of Spider-Man, villain and ally at sometimes later down the road, but villain definitely at first. And this is just an iconic cover, you know, Spidey getting basically, you know, B-slapped down the stairs by a vampire.
There's a lot of B-slapping on this episode, bro.
Yeah, dude, there's quite a bit. It's kind of surprised me. They all kind of lumped up into one.
Bro, it's like, man, and they're all show. They're all pretty classic books too, like of people getting B-slapped, you know.
All classics on this one. But yeah, so you know, this is the first appearance of Morbius, and doesn't matter what anyone thinks of him, he is a character that will be around. He's an iconic character. Regardless what you think of the movie, people still like the character and he'll still show up in comic books, and this is still a desirable book. And I don't really see that going anywhere, even if it has fallen 26 spots. You know, it kind of fluctuates all the time, and people are always hunting this book. Do you have this book?
I got the second print. I don't have this. I got the second
gotcha.
print. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. The what's it? Kind of like the bluish.
Oh yeah, it's like a different color back. It's like silverish or blue. Yeah.
Silver.
Yeah,
No, silver. Silver. Yeah. Silver.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that's what sits in my library. You know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my wife's a big Morbius fan, so I don't claim to own this book because it's her book, but she has this book. So but I love it as well. I'm just happy to even be able to have it and hold it and look at it. So, but let's check out what the census is doing with GoCollect on this one too. All right, as you can see right there is first appearance of Morbius, the living vampire, because he's still alive. He's not quite dead. Artist on this one was Gil Kane, Artie Simek. Scripts by the two greats, Stan Lee and Roy Thomas. Whole 15 cents when it came out in October of 1971. They're universal copies of this that are graded. There's 5,941 with about 448 on signatures and 113 restored copies. I always look at the amount of restored copies on books like this that are just classic, kind of, they want to call them blue chip kind of keys that everyone kind of always wants. And in my opinion, this is just me talking, it's always better to have a copy of it than not to have a copy of it, whether it's restored or qualified or not. That you can decide what the color of the label, what it matters to you. But I think it's best to have it. If you really like the book and you really like the character, you have a copy of it. It's preserved. It's not getting any worse. It's not degrading. So always just, keep that in mind when you're looking for it, because you can get some good deals on those restored and the qualified grades of it. But like we said, there's 5,941 blue labels out there across all the grades on the census. 9/8. There is only 38 on the census. There's no 9/9s or 10/0s, but 38 on the census, and 16 of them have sold since there have been 38. So FMV on that with 22K is not bad. Probably only one sold. It's 1 year average is 26.4 on this. Probably only one sold in the last year. So it's kind of, you can see that it's come down a little bit from the average, but that's okay with a book that's this old and that high of a grade. People want to hold on to it. You don't see it very often, especially it's only 38. 9/6s, there's 83 on the census with 42 sales. FMV is $4,000. And once again, probably only one sold in the last year, with a 1 year average being about $4,500. 9/4s, there's 135. FMV on that is $2,350. And same thing, 1 year average is $2,518. So this book is kind of cruising too, right? At all the grades, it's kind of cruising right around what you would expect it to be, with a 9/8 obviously being a little bit higher since they're so scarce. But like Hood likes to say, let's check out the grades on the plebes side of things. We're looking at a 7/0. There's 561 on the census. Your FMV is 500. It's really not that bad. Your 1 year is 460. Your 90 days 413, and your 30 days 416. So it's cruising right around that $400 to $500 mark. You can expect to get at least a 7/0, which is a very respectable grade for this book, for a decent amount of money. That's the grade that I have this book in. I have it in a 7/0, and I'm more than happy with having it at that grade. I don't feel the need to upgrade it. But if something came along where I had a couple extra copies of something else and I could trade for an 8/0, I would. But your 8/0 is not that much more in the scheme of things. If you're really a fan of this character or this book, your 8/0's FMV is right around 775, and the 1 year is significantly lower with 653. So kind of shows you it's fluctuated a bit over this last year, and that probably has something to do with the movie and talks of Jared Leto coming back as Morbius again, or making jokes about it, or however he wants to kind of address that. I think he has a good sense of humor about it.
With that Deadpool movie, they can bring anybody back, bro.
They can, especially if a lot of people are saying that they're thinking they're going to basically kill the Sonyverse with Deadpool, and that would be killing the character. So they could bring him back for that, and that might spike the book up again. And because people, finally get a kind of a closure to the chapter of like, oh, the bad Morbius movie. Well, we can wash that taste out of our mouth now, and we can get a good Morbius. But you and I, Hood, we stand on the other side of the fence. We're like, you know what? I had a good time watching that movie. I thought it was enjoyable. So, we'll let all those people with the bad taste in their mouth just stay on the other side of the fence. That's fine with me. Okay, over on eBay, we got some sales of some slabs going on here. Looks like a 5.0 at the end of November, sold for just under $200. Best offer accepted. Yeah, that's not bad at all for a 5.0. That's a pretty good deal. Maybe somebody was really wanting to just get that out of their collection, and they were willing to take a okay deal on it. But look at this, CGC 8.5 on 36 bids went for $536. Wow. That's over $200 below FMV.
Wow,
as it sits right now. So they got a fantastic deal. And then Hood's deal of the day, the bundle-in that happened.
Look at this one, bro.
This is a fantastic deal. For this person, I should say, not guy. They got a 38 ASM 38, 39, and 101 for
I love these deals, bro.
$469 with $25 ship under. You're all in for $500, and you got 3 key comics graded at decent grades for under $500. Good on you, man. That's a fantastic deal.
How much is that per book? Like 125 or 135 per book?
Yeah. I mean, probably a little bit more than that after all the shipping and stuff.
150, 160. I mean, 170.
Yeah. So I mean, that's like what a steal, And I can see from the picture, at least the it looks like the 39 and the 101 are 4 5s. So I mean, hey, fantastic. That's a fantastic deal,
bro.
Yeah, exactly. One more of those, one more slab 101 sold for at a 4 5 sold for $160 with $20 shipping. So still a pretty good deal, probably right what the other guy got his for, same grade and all that. Roz, this book has always been over, usually over 150 is when I would see it at shops and stuff like that, or even at cons, people selling at 150. But as you can see, Roz have gone down. On November 29th. One sold for $100. Probably it says good, very good right there. Another one on the 29th sold for $70. Fantastic deal for a raw book. Now's the time to get it if you really want it. One more sold for under $254, best offer accepted. And then one more sold for $277. It's probably they say it's a fine copy, but it looks pretty good. Maybe might even be a little bit better than that. But that being the most expensive one, you could definitely get a slabbed copy of this book for a decent price. I would buy, if I was going to spend that much money on a raw, I would start looking at the comparable grades on the slabs before I dished out that much money on the raw for this one. But that's some great prices on this book right now.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. And before we hand it off to our variants again, they cut us off. Remember, leave your favorite comic book that you don't have, and we'll enter you in to get one of these from the guys at Comic Capsule. Yep. Go check them out at comiccapsule.com. But they're taking over again, bro. All right.
What do we do? We got to get out of here. Peace.
Hey guys, so we're back here at LA Comic Con. Our variants are. And can I help you, bro?
What is it you want, mate?
Bro, you're tripping me out.
You're tripping me out here, bro. But yeah, man.
You good? Your baby okay?
Your baby okay, bro? All right, bro. I think you can buy milk over there.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Milk's that way, bro.
Milk's that way, bro.
Formula.
He needs a special kind of milk.
I bet you can get the special milk over there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think they have it over there.
It's with the letter V. You have any V?
Oh, yeah. The V's. The V's over there, bro.
Yeah.
The V's over there. Yeah.
Yeah. They got a whole booth.
Yeah, man. V's
You're
over
good.
there, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that way.
All right.
Thanks,
Billy.
Thanks, Billy. But Yeah, man.
Hey,
it is kind of what it is, man.
goes.
When you need the V, bro, you gotta get the V.
You gotta get the V. Baby's hungry.
But thank you for joining us here on the Comic Show. Make sure you like and subscribe to his variant on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, not me, my variant.
To our variants here at LA Comic Con on this channel. But yeah, man, it's been a great con, right?
It's been super fun, man. Easy going, nice, fun con. Good time.
Been super fun. But again, man, we thank everybody for viewing, and we love you all, right?
Love y'all.
But we don't got our sunglasses, but how do we keep it, bro?
Still keeping it cool, baby.
Keep it cool, bro.